Hey fam, when was the last time you put out a fleece? When was the last time you said, I'm not quite sure what God wants me to do, so I'm going to put a fleece out? I've done it. I used to do it a whole lot. And because I was around my church friends, we would encourage each other. Girl, put out a fleece. You know God will answer. Just put out a fleece and see what God says. Okay, I'm coming with something different, right? So, as I'm learning how to read the Bible correctly, I found out two big things. The first, the biggest thing is that the entire Bible is written to reveal God's character and nature and the story of his redemption for humanity throughout history. That's what the Bible is for. The Bible is to show God's nature. Now, here's the second thing. There's a term called misappropriation. I've heard it used with finances in the past. I can't explain that to you perfectly, but I can explain to you how we misappropriate what we're reading in the Bible. You ready? Let's use that fleece and Gideon. Okay, so the story is found. I'm gonna look down at my notes. The story is found in Judges 6:36 through 40. Remember, previously we read this and said, I need to put out a fleece because I need God to tell me what his will is for my life. Or should I go left or, oh, that was right. I don't know how you're looking at this. Anyway, I held up my right hand. My bad. I'm excited. Should I go left or should I go right? Which way should I go? I'm a fleece God. And y'all, actually the word fleece in common everyday language has a totally different connotation. It really means to rob somebody, not beat them over the head, but you fleece them, you trick them out of something. So anyway, Gideon sets out the fleece. Remember, we are learning the Bible is about God. So what does this reveal about God's character? When you look at what is considered a biblical, historical narrative, that means it actually happened. It's just written in a story form. When we read this, what does this reveal about God's character? Take the fleece part out or use it in regards to how God responds to Gideon's doubt and unbelief. What does it reveal about God's character? It reveals that God is trustworthy, that God will perform what he said, that God is able to do. If he called you to do something that you can't do by yourself, that's exactly why he's using you. Because he wants you to rely on him. He wants you to come to him and trust him. So, the story of Gideon and the fleece is not about putting out a fleece. It's not about testing God. It is about following God in faith, even when we're uncertain. It's about trusting God, that God's character is so trustworthy. He is so to be trusted and believed that when he calls you to do something that seems impossible, if you do it under his will and guidance, if you submit your whole plan to him, he will prove himself trustworthy in your life as well, because that's who he is. That's who he is. God bless y'all. Let me know if it helped.